there. So, when people want to start, we can start. If you want the same piece set, that is available. If you don't, that is equally available. Of course, that is the ultimate streaming platform. To be fair, vertical streaming is... Tetris is pretty solid, like, well orientated, let's say, for vertical streaming. Right. Oh yeah, the bot's broken. There you go. We've got one ready. We've got two. The bot's still broken. I'm really stupid, aren't I? 3, 2, 1. Attack. It's an ad lib. Anyone in chat can choose their T word of choice. This is a real Hong Bars opener. Unfortunately, Mel is doing his traditional thing of get reasonable pieces, but burn all of them. That is quite the Spire Mel that's going on here. Nice T double though, and then that an optimal placement right there for Mal. We can all marvel in the glory that was that Z piece. In other news, Toby's got one burn, which is good. Mel has only burns, pretty much. I think he has one Tetris. Yeah, he has one. Go Mel. Congratulations. House P big. Mel, longbar dependent, but gets it filled in, gets a perfect piece to get Tetris ready, and then gets a bar. In the space of 3 pieces, his board was completely fixed. Remarkable. Toby, on the other hand, nice clean stacking. Queue's broken, I'm afraid. Bot don't work. I can paste one in quickly. There you go. Mel getting very high up here does take a safety triple and should be okay, assuming that those pieces pretty much that came didn't come. Still is okay. Manages to get the well reopened for the next bar. Toby having to take some flat burns, but we'll get the bar over for about 350k. Mel, another Tetris, up to 280. So about 100k pace deficit for Mel, considering he's ahead in lines as well. That's a tuck that I would have done, but I don't like. And that means both myself and Mel are dumb. Mel taking some nice flat burns. Does a nice tuck and scores a Tetris. Nearly didn't, but managed it. Ooh, Toby getting very high up here. He's managed to take some nice skims, takes the double. Maybe could have afforded to not. Mel not going for the Vits, which would have been fun. Once again, no Vits. So sad. Good piece sequence though. Ooh, Toby's board. He pretty much did the same thing with the squares as Mel did, but his one hasn't worked out so nicely. So, still 100k ahead, not behind. Ahead. But, you know, got some digging to do. If he gets a bar though, he can get out of it pretty efficiently. And there's the bar. Maybe even another Tetris. Nice. And reopens the right side. So 500k for Toby. It's true, Ben. This is all pre-recorded. I don't know how he figured me out. Could it be the cookie clicker music? Or could it be that he looked on Steam and saw that I'm using cookie clicker as my background music? Right, transition coming up in a couple seconds. Well, for Mel, a little bit sooner. And there it is. 480 transition. Actually not that bad by Mel's standards. Pretty average. Very high up, but gets the bar, scores the Tetris, gets another bar, scores another Tetris. And another one. So 555 for Mel already. While Toby at 580 is a level or so behind, and a Tetris or so ahead. But it's not as clean cut a pace lead as it once was. Obviously until Mel created this monstrosity of a stack, which is technically still more or less clean. It's just bad. Is Tetris ready? Gets the Tetris. Left well Tetris for a clean well transfer. Roller RNG, I guess. Same piece set, so maybe not. It was a good management of the stack, though. I'll give him that. Toby, on the other hand, 664, scoring that triple up to 670. Is still pace-wise ahead by a Tetris and a half to 2 Tetrises, somewhere in that region. Goes for that tuck, which is an interesting one. Does mean he's going to have to burn off some more lines. That might reduce the pace lead, and it looks like it has. Only about a 1 Tetris pace lead now. And Mel scoring another Tetris has taken the score lead for the first time this game. And Toby, in a awkward stack situation, does get that over to the left. So, is by no means out of it, but he is now the one behind in pace. Mel, over 100k in the lead now. Been playing cleanly. Toby does manage to score Tetris there, though. First one since level 21, I believe. And another one, up to 780. While Mel needs to reopen the well. Does indeed do that, but right side, not great for burning. Though, as I say that, gets the perfect sequence of pieces to make it good for burning. And then scores a Tetris, so doesn't need to burn it. Up to 900,000 now in level 26 for Mel. Toby looking at mid 800 into level 26 here. There it is, an 850. Or an 849. Pretty much right in the middle. And another Tetris for Toby, up to 889. Mel, on the other hand, his stack's a bit wonky, but Toby's a tapper, so this could be enough of a lead into kill screen to just win, especially with Toby's board looking like this. Toby's going to need, what, 2 Tetrises on kill screen, while Mel just kind of wants to get there for, you know, feels nice to reach it. Can maybe get... Oh, gets the T-piece over to the left. Okay. This is technically survivable. It's not easy, but it is survivable. Toby done 973. Mel A82, so 100k lead. Something there. Don't know what. Here we go. Well, solid survival from Mel on kill screen there. That was completely unnecessary, but very nice 5-tap. Right, bot check. Don't work. Chris. Don't need the countdown, you just need the Tetris. Toby with an awkward start. A Mel start, some may call it. Ooh, a banner ad as well. So helpful, Twitch. You suck. Right, Toby, 29,000 with that Tetris up to 52,000. Mel, already at 71,000. Toby the one this time with a ridiculous spire, but he is managing to bring it down. Doesn't opt for the triple. That will skim off the top line there, though. And Mel also doing some skims. Nice flat bar burn there. And burns one out, and takes Tetris 144. There we go. Needed to manually remove the fucking banner ad. I hate you, Twitch. You suck. But what doesn't suck is these players. Most of the time. Mel has his moments. Toby at 175. A little bit of an awkward stack. Needs to uncover the well. now has kind of a new well. Doesn't go for the dirty Tetris because he is, at least on the surface, a sane individual. I don't know him well enough to psychoanalyze him, but seems likely. Gets a Tetris up to 200k. Mal, on the other hand, 250k, very high up, clean, but not getting good pieces. Does go bar left there. Ooh, nice flat skim there. Spotting that high up can be difficult, even if you're, you know, pretty good at the game. Still not really getting a bar. There it is for Mal, up to 289. Toby, still just an unclean stack. Not in a state to take a Tetris. Is in a state to take burns, though. There's a Tetris, up to 255. Only triple ready currently, though, and just these pieces don't fit into his stack. Which, you know, partially stack better, but partially unlucky. Sometimes you just get pieces that fit your stack, and sometimes you don't. And Toby's a pretty good tapper, so, you know, it's difficult to criticize someone stacking when they have like a mid 1.3 with tap, because clearly they must be pretty good if they can do that without, you know, much of any kill screen play. Mal about to hit transition at about 500k. If he gets the last Tetris, 520. Toby, on the other hand, about to hit transition about 350k, which is not a good transition. Possibly the lowest I've ever seen Toby get. Which ain't great when you're already down one in the set. But who knows? Also, this stack isn't great when you're already down one in the set. It's possibly the worst stack you could have going into 19 that is still survivable. Nope, he's done. 326 into level 19, and he's topped out. Yeah, we'll forget about that one. Mel, congratulations on the transition PB, and also winning the game. Exactly. Melhk, world's best player to never get a 500k transition. Right, bot check. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Etra. Both players very similar start. Mel's done the innovative technique of having his stream freeze. Fuck that one up, didn't I? Jesus Christ. Started once, and then when trying to correct myself, I started again. Remarkable scenes. Top 3 Eurofriendlies host for sure. Toby at 55,000 points. Mel scoring a Tetris up to 52,000. So the players are pretty neck and neck right now. Mel one single behind. Now one Tetris-ish ahead. And now one single behind again. Well, single and a half technically, but you know. Toby, very high up here, does get the bar over to, yeah, we'll round it up, call it 200k at 53 lines, so pretty average pace. That bar is awkward, but nothing better you can do with it. So having to take some danger skims. Oh, he might just be done here. That T-piece helps, but he's got a Mino over the one hole. No, done at 206. Mal at 306, 100k lead. On pace for a transition PB yet again. Apology not accepted. You're only allowed to play well. Alright, next match. Who is it? It's Mihu versus Vlad. Intermission screen, I guess. Fucked up the transition screen as well. Very much have not been doing this for a while, have I? Right. Wow. It's Tetris. Would you believe it? Oh, didn't reset the heart. Thanks. Nice size. There we go. A good size of Michu or Mihu. Yeah. KO in chat saying nice straw. I agree, nice straw. No same piece set. Cool. Means I don't have to make one up. I'll give Vlad a couple minutes to do the whole warm-up thing. All right. Amazing. I wonder how that happened. All right, both players are ready. Bot check. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So Mel, when did you lose to Jelly? Also, who is Jelly? Also, how the fuck did that get fucked up in the ELO reporting that you lost to Jelly? Mihu with the lovely lines of death. To some degree, it's like kind of helpful, you know? It's like the it's like a poor man's version of the shadow piece that you get in modern Tetris. Must be the dementia app. Yeah, that's fair. Vlad at 92,000 points is a couple touches ahead of Mihu. I'm not sure if it's Michu or Mihu. I think it's Mihu. Because that's how I've heard other people pronounce it. But, you know. He nodded, so I'm probably correct. 73,000 for Mihu. Shadow Tetromino. Shadow Mino. Yes. That. Mihu's board, not super clean. On the other hand, Vlad's board is clean. I don't know how, to be fair, I don't know how it could be super clean. I guess a perfect clear. Vlad's no longer clean, but still better than Mihu's. By a little bit. Mostly because it's a lot lower down. And also Vlad's a tapper. Mihu is getting out of this. A very solid Das dig so far. Oh, Vlad topped out. I didn't even notice that. But seems like Mihu will as well. I think the seed had a bad piece sequence somewhere in there. It seems like Vlad went for a dirty Tetris and it didn't work. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And in Vlad's case, you win. Despite the early top. Vlad is, of course, as you can see, officially sponsored by Pepsi. Yeah, you should figure out that whole everything's fucked up thing. Regardless, Vlad is ready. Ooh, we've got rid of the lines for now. Right, both players are ready, so 3, 2, 1, Tetra. So, Vlad, no Tetris yet, but as I say that, a Tetris. 28,000, Mihu with 2 of them, truly 700k transition pace. Now not so much, having taken 6 burns in the first 18 lines, but still very comfortable pace. Not particularly groundbreaking. Mihu up to 120k. While Vlad a little bit behind, but just shy of 100k now with that Tetris, 120k. Mihu another Tetris though, taking the lead right back. Mihu in a little bit of a dig, kind of, not really. Maybe it's left well Tetris, who knows. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a left well Tetris. There it is. Vlad, on the other hand, scoring a right well Tetris. Truly innovative. If this was 2009, people would be like, holy shit, Vlad's just solved Tetris. Mihu up to 240. With a long bar dependency, but gets it filled in. And another Tetris up to 266. Vlad in a little bit of danger here. Needs to reopen the right side and then get a long bar pretty quickly afterwards. I don't think Vlad can get out of this. He cannot. Mihu at 292 is good for the game. Is he rolling? Looks like he might be rolling to get a piece over to the left there. Either that or he like really moves his arm when he quick taps. One of the two. Which I would believe. You only das. Fair enough. You're just an aggressive quick tapper. Right, we've got readies. Or yeah, we have got readies. Spot check. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. There you go. I typed it out. For the lovers of the words as opposed to the numerals. That one's for you. Mihu, starting out with a Tetris. Vlad, starting out with a Tetris. I like the fact that the term Tetris is the name of the game and also the optimal scoring strategy, essentially. Be like if in, I don't know, League of Legends or some shit, they win the mid lane and it's like, he just did a League of Legends. Mihu with an interesting board. Probably gonna sort it out. Looks like he is indeed sorting out. It's pretty even right now, both players with about 100k. Vlad's board is very odd. A little bit of a misdrop by the looks of things. Got him into that position. But will he get out of it? And will Mihu get out of his? Because I don't know how it happened, because I was watching Vlad, who is also capitulating rather quickly. This is an exciting moment. It seems like Mihu has got it clean though, and Vlad is cleaning it up slowly, but maybe not surely. Slowly but possibly. It's maybe the more appropriate term. That bar helps. The piece timing has been kind in a situation like this. You kind of need it. Because Vlad ain't a super fast tapper. He's a pretty average speed tapper. He's digging it though, he's playing it real safe, and it's working out. That T double does bring the board down to a more comfortable height. And that long bar will solve most of the problems, not everything, it's not a clean stack, but brings everything nicely to a workable point. In the meantime, Mihu has scored a couple Tetrises. Well, I don't know. Made a couple Tetris lead at least. Don't know how many Tetrises were involved in that, because Vlad was burning for like 30 to 50 lines-ish. Just tree strats for the speed run. Why is that so hard to say? Mihu, misdrop is going to be done at 220. Vlad, still suffer game in a way, but you know, it's not over yet. The stream seems to be trying to be though, with it, you know, freezing, etc. Will he survive this? That's my epic song. If you want to use it, you'll have to contact my lawyers about royalties. If Vlad survives, and it's buffering. Of course it's buffering. That's the optimal thing to happen in this moment. When the survival is just so good that Twitch can't handle it. He's still alive. That square piece looks bad though. Gets a bar over to the right, still alive, still in this, okay. The freezing isn't helpful. That square placement, though, might be it. Bar hang. Done at 188. Can't secure the chase down. And can't secure a stable internet connection either. Yeah, there you go. There's the queue. Thanks, Mel. So kind of you. Koshak in chat saying potato. Very nice. Here you go, the Mihu potato. Much better. I like that in, I assume, Polish, that 4 consecutive letters, the SZ, CZ, basically just makes the sh sound. Like, I'm sure there's a bit of nuance to it, but more or less, basically just one sound. You could shorten that to 1 letter if you wanted. But, you know, it could be something like Welsh, where you can find 4 consecutive L's in one word, and it means, and you get, I think, 2 separate sounds out of it. So, right, Vlad is ready. So, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nope. Vlad, not a clean start. But a triple, you know. If you're gonna burn, might as well be a triple. Vlad's been sort of on a quest for the most suffer game possible throughout this set. But Mihu has, you know, allowed him the time by early topping even earlier in game 1. So there's still much room for, I don't know if improvement's the term, the opposite. I mean, it is improvement, but it's improvement at having a suffer game, which generally you want to avoid. It's like new tech on stubbing your toe. I figured out the optimal way to stub my toe. It's not really improving anything, is it? Mihu, interesting stack, but probably going to be able to sort it out. And looks like he will. Ooh, going for the Josh Toll's strats. Does get the Tetris, very nice. This one's a little bit more, you know, dangerous. But it works out. Vlad pausing. Unpausing. That's fair. Maybe the stream died or something. I needed to quickly unpause or whatever. Repause. Whatever it involves. Press F5. Vlad has been mostly clean this game, though, so that's good. That's what you like to see. Currently at 202. Scoring a single and another one, up to 206. And another Tetris up to 232. Mihu scoring one as well, though, retaking the lead back. Pace-wise, though, Mihu definitely behind, because he's 11 lines ahead. Right, Mihu's board. Some holes in it, not too many. Vlad, on the other hand, slightly more holes. One hole more. Ooh, the failed accidental vits. One of the most innovative strategies, in my humble opinion. Doesn't opt to open the hole in the stack, might pay by misdropping instead. Well, regardless, it's really survivable by that point, even for a roller. There just was too many holes near the top of the stack. But still an alright game. Was pretty much clean for the first 90 lines. I had a couple misdrops. What can you do? Ah well. What's next up in the queue? It's 6-4 versus Marts. Can you just win? I thought you just won 3-1. Did you lose? Did you lose the second game? Thought you won 3 of them. Or am I being gaslit? Yeah, it's kind of like Tetris Deathmatch, except there's no elo, and that's it. It's just there's no elo. Anyway, next match. While setting up the scenes for the next match, I would like to commend 6-4 for being pretty much perfectly on stencil. One of the few people who can do something so basic correctly. And of course, thank Marts for whatever Marts' stencil work is. It's truly a thing of beauty. So innovative. And here we are. Oh yeah, that just reading in chat. Yes, it is basically just me bullying the players. Depends on the player though. I don't bully all of the players, just the ones who I think are, you know, deserving, like Melhk, or are a really good sport about it, like Marts. Yes, let's go. Marts versus Mel next time, next episode. Alright, we've got readies from both players. So, for Marts. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I don't know what, I don't think there's a French word for Tetris. Nor do I know how you would pronounce it. Tetris, probably, because they just like to ignore the last letter of the word. So it's truly an innovative language. Oh, right. I just realised, yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Colin. I probably would have noticed it at some point, because I spend most of the game watching the player cams, not the actual Tetris. But yeah, that is a good shirt that you've got on there, Marts. Mites. That would be a much worse name. Marts at 77,000 with that double, up to 80,000. Truly one of Marts' best games of all time. 6-4 on the other hand. I think 57,000 and with an interesting placement over the well. It might not be the worst move that he could have made. So that series of pieces weren't great, but I'm sure there was some slightly more survivable method out of that. But it is not what happened, and Marts is good for the first game. Right. Both players ready. Bot check. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, the queue was broken, so yeah, as I said, March starts on level 13. Not this time, I'm afraid, my friend. Right. Cool. Let me add the matches to the queue then. Let me just paste it in so we can all see the queue. I thought you couldn't. Whenever I've tried it, it said queue is closed. Whenever I've tried to do it on my channel. Okay, if you can do it then, Colin. I'll commentate. One of my least favourite things to do. Oh, right, okay. Cool. Well, 6-4. 72,000. I have food. Amazing. Alright, sorry, I was having food given to me. Okay. My lovely partner. In other news, both players have crossed 100,000, so the first hurdle has been jumped over, let's say. Akatu has double underscores, so yeah. Oh, 6-4 done at 167. Mart's already at 169 is good for the game. Archie saying he hasn't played in 2 months. Huh. I feel like that's an exaggeration, because I think you played on Eurofriendlies a month and a half ago. But close enough. Well, yeah. Thanks, Chris. Colin. Your name annoys me so much. Why is it... I know why it's C Christ M, because it's a shortening of your name. But I can't help but just read it as Chris in passing, even though I know you're called Colin. Right, both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I always just see it as Chris, trademark. That's how I read it. Maybe I'm dyslexic, I don't know. That's fair. Yeah, that is fair. Your full name is secretly Matthew Hong Kong. I was thinking Melissa. Or Melonhead. One of the two. Marts at 71,000, 6-4 at 68,000. Melissa, L Hong Kong. Well, I don't know, some people are just private kind of people, like Gerald Freeman. His real name isn't Gerald Freeman. He didn't show his face for, like, a year. And only did because money. HK is the initials of his surname. He is just Mel. Is not short for anything. Mel, you can correct me on my pronunciation here, but I believe your name is Melhk or something like that. It's like, I can't speak Dutch, but I know that that's how Dutch people like to say everything, with their throat full of, like, a large bowl. Ooh, Mart's in trouble here. 129. Mart's done. (6-4), you are good for the game. And we don't have a Mart sweep. I wonder how many... Marts has the most games ever played, right? Of competitive Tetris. Competitive NES Tetris, I should say. I wonder what the ratio between sweeps that he has been the victim of versus sweeps he's been the perpetrator of is. Because I feel like those numbers are going to be, like, way disproportionate. Most wins, yes. Also most losses by an even larger factor. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Probably most everything. Not most max outs. I think he's probably lagging behind on that one. 2, 3, 1, Retetust. I agree, thank you. Reading aloud. I'm going to choose to interpret that as reading aloud. The city. See, the thing is, you can't really not reveal your face now if you want to be a top player. And nobody really cares, like, you know, there'll be one or two, but on average, most people don't really care what you look like unless you're like a top player, and then people are like, I want to know what he looks like. Which is, you know, understandable. As I've said many times before, though, Gerald's actual true face reveal was on Eurofriendlies, so... And that was like a full year before he actually did face reveal. Marts in trouble at 74,000, does manage to score a dirty triple. This is technically survivable. Goes for the flat burn. Can't hit the quick tap. 82,000 points. 6-4 is good for the game. Already 84,000. And we have a decider. But Mel, are you bold because like you're a skinhead, or bold because you just lost the genetic lottery that hard? Okay, you just got wrecked. Unfortunate. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. To be fair, you look alright. You know, so there's a fair few bold people who, look a little bit, you know, Johnny Sins. Which, I don't know, to me that ain't an attractive look. But clearly to some people it is, so... Is a national treasure. I know. He's worked in so many professions. It's like that fucking Onion sketch about how the job crisis is because one man has 35,000 jobs or something. (6-4) at 95,000 points, in the lead by a nice Tetris and a half or so. I wonder if he's been president or whatever yet. I wonder if he's portrayed like political official yet in any of his media, we shall call it. I feel like watching Twitch and work is a lot easier than Googling porn stars. Just a hunch, you know? 6-4 at 183. Marts at 189, so it's actually pretty neck and neck right now. Only about a triple between them. I assume that's like work from home, or are you actually like in office? I guess if you were work from home, they couldn't stop you doing anything, really. I mean, to be fair, I watch... You are in office. Yeah, I mean, I watch YouTube videos in office. No one really gives a shit. Ooh, 6-4 done at 206, I think that was. Marts, get to like 226 in case I misread it. There you go, 242. Good enough. Well, I guess that's that. Marts with 3 hearts. Ha, what a rhyme. Epic. Next match. There we go. How do I run ads? I think I'm like contractually obligated to run ads on this channel, but I don't know what... I've forgotten what the command is. Okay, well, apparently I recently ran an ad, so cool. I forgot to change the name. What a smart person I am. There we go. Oh, true. No hat for Archie. So sad. Hey, there we go. Like seeing Costa or Doge or Marts without a hat. It's just not right. Marts. Sorry, are you saying Marts is on pace or that Archie had Marts pace? Because looking at that score, that both are possible. Of course, Colin says Marts might PB and Marts immediately misdrops, so... Good. You don't give Marts any ideas. Because if you give him an inch, he'll take a top out. We can use the seed command. Wow. She gives it right back, exactly. Three, two, one, Tetris. Wow, you can run 60 seconds of ads really frequently. That'd be a good Twitch stream. You literally just run ads as frequently as possible, and in the middle, in between, you know, the ads, it just has like, if you're reading this, you're in an ad break. Miles did it, just a pure ad stream. Fucking Chad. If you had like 1,000 viewers and you just played like 30 minutes of ads per hour, how much money would you make off of that? Like, it's probably pretty good money. And it's not that different from just standard American TV. Yeah, ads don't pay much when you run them for like 3 minutes an hour. When you run them 10 times as often, they'll make you 10 times as much money. Marts misdrops into almost definite doom. 99,000 points, tops out. Archie is good for game 1. We've got one ready. And we've got the ready from Archie. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Warm-up is done. Exactly. Marts' warm-up after his first match, he felt cold. Cold-blooded, you know, taking the match that easy against 6-4. And now he needs to warm up again. Your hand cam's back to working. Hog. Marts with a little bit of a tuck setup, which he misses. That's something that I do, to be fair. And I'm, you know, relatively good at the game. So, Archie, at about 130k. Marts, on the other hand, 120k, but a little bit of a weird board. Should sort itself out reasonably. Still mad that you played bad against me. That's unfortunate, Colin. To be fair, if Akatu is Aki's keyboard rolling alt, Aki couldn't have made his stacking any less, or yeah, any less similar to his normal stacking. Like, Akatu and Aki stack basically completely different. They're completely different styles in every way. Oh, Archie. Some misdrops, let's say. 225 top out. Marts, though, isn't in the clear here at all. And he's going to be done at 160. Archie is good for the game. We are a little bit ahead of schedule here. Colin is actually Aki's American alt. Little known fact. Right, we've got readies from both players. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Because you deserved it. Exactly, Colin. It's karma. You should have, you know, just been nicer, and then Marts wouldn't play well against you. Whatever that means. Well, you know, Melhk isn't the arbiter of karma, so is what it is. Marts, on the other hand, is Archie up to 72,000. Marts at a whopping 10,000. Mel with a hot take there. And then with a true statistical fact, showing that you can, in fact, lie with facts. Archie done at 77,000 points. I was watching it, but I was like, this isn't safe for Marts. I wouldn't let Marts think that, you know, he could win this, because then he probably won't. But, you know, Marts, you're in a chase down, you only need, like, 80,000 points. So, if possible, you could just line out. It's just a recommendation, though. Objectively, you have more wins than either of these players. Right. Like, wins in what? In NES Tetris? Because that sounds untrue. In life? Yeah, maybe. The Charlie Sheen approach. There we go. Marts does not get swept. Eurofriendlies will be the week after next. The next one. That's fair. The alternate facts are what Americans love. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. When alternate facts are actual facts. Exactly. Team Manila Bay. What an emote that is. I like you, says Yunusa Zusina? Don't know. Nice that you're here though. First time chat. Very cool. Marts, bad pace. No Tetrises yet, but now he scored one. So pace from bad to Marts. Archie, on the other hand, solid pace. 100k at 24 lines. Nothing to feel bad about there. This board, though, there's a lot of potential things to feel bad about. Bar timing, the classic, does create hilarious moments, but is also ever frustrating. On the other hand, Marts, whose play is also ever frustrating, as we can see here, is surviving, which is good. We like to see that. That is not optimal, though. Gets the T-piece to the left, so once again, not out of it. Another double, gets the bar flat, doesn't manage to rotate it. I don't know if it's even a possible quick tap though, to be fair. Tops out at 57,000 points, and Archie, you are good for the game. And the set. I feel like we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Yeah, we're half an hour ahead of schedule. Well, let's see if White Monster's around. White Monster is indeed around. Good. and the names aren't changed because I'm stupid. But here we have Akatu versus, we're just going to shorten it to Monster, because White Monster is too long of a name. It is a whopping 13 characters long. Or no, 12. With the 0 it's 13. Holy shit. Mart's rolling arc. Finally, he can get 200k on 19. Crazy to think that if Marts was playing in CTWC 2012, he might be like the 8th best player. You have the distinct craving for cookies now. Excellent. Well, Akatu, White Monster is ready, so whenever you are, we can start. Just seeing a Marts match makes you, you know, hungry. You want food. The answer to that, I guarantee you, is no. There is 100% chance. There you go. See, I know these things. I've learned enough about players to know. White Monster never accepts same piece set. And I always bully White Monster about not using same piece set. Right. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What about Ben Famir? Would you play Ben Famir with same piece sets? In theory, same piece set always is an advantage for the better player. Which is sort of what you want for a good competition, but I don't know, I think Ben's kind of just retired, more or less. He exists mostly as someone who shows up in my Twitch chat. Tetris community-wise. He also exists in real life as someone who has a full-time job. But, to be fair, I don't know what he spends most of his time doing. I think he still just plays Geometry Dash and Counter-Strike most of the time. He does legitimately have a mid-700k though, so that's something. He wasn't the worst player of all time by the time he retired. Spend time with Lauren. Yeah, exactly. Akatu at 146. White Monster was also at 146 and scored a couple burns. Would you eat the moon if it was made of ribs? I'm vegetarian, so probably not. Also, that'd be a lot of... Like, I can't imagine how many calories that would be. Yeah, I am, indeed. White Monster at 223. Akatu at 204. So Akatu behind by a little bit, but White Monster having to take some high up skims. Those pieces do work for him though. Akatu on the other hand, Spire City. Well, not quite city. Just the one actually. A quick calculation. Yeah, so if the moon was just made of meat, it would be something around 1.5 times 10 to the 26 calories. So I think that's a lot of food. That's enough food to feed everyone on Earth forever, not including Kingsman. Akatu at a 262. Just a plate. I mean, yeah, I mean, if I ate normal ribs, then yeah, I'd probably eat moon ribs as well. Akatu pulling out some good survival here, but it's still not going down. The board's still staying at the very top of the screen. White Monster, on the other hand, also pretty awkward dig situation. However, much lower down on the board. Not good for efficiency, but when you're already ahead and your opponent is in an even more dire situation, that works a lot in Akatu's favour though. And the well's open. That was remarkably quick. Yeah, you can afford to get into a dig when you're, you know, ahead. Unfortunately, you're ahead in lines a little bit as well, and you're still in the dig while Akatu isn't, so pace-wise going into 19, you're probably going to be looking at about the same transition. Akatu has paused. I think that does mean he is officially disqualified from ever playing Tetris again. Fucking Kingsman eating the pickles. To be honest, I didn't see you eating the pickles. It was so slowly. Tectonic, some may say. Akatu is good for the game. White Monster did top out in their dig somehow. I was busy reading chat. But it doesn't matter. Akatu's good for the game. That's what does matter. Akatu mullining despite winning. Well, I guess you can't mullen if you lose. That's just a chase down. Mullining from pre-transition. Which, you know, will get us more on schedule. Colin saying, disappointing and everyone watching. Or disappointing everyone watching. I was going to say in bed. But, you know. I agree with you, White Monster. Nothing like it. Fair. Being an adult sucks. Akatu would not be a good player to face off, or like to play in CTWC, cause the scheduling people there would possibly just throw him out. I don't know, Dan. Maybe the stream died for him and he doesn't know that he's won yet. There we go. It's like 1.15. There you go. Sharpening his claws. Fair. Ah, you lost connection to the stream. That I did suggest that may be the case. Right at the start. Is that what your polls was? Yeah, White Monster topped out with 300k before the transition. That's what happened. Ah, fair. Alright, well, if you're ready, we can play another game of Tetris. Apology accepted, I suppose. We can forgive you for this heinous war crime. We are still, yeah, we're still ahead of schedule. Three, 2, 1, Tetris. Food. Delicious. Akatu with a rough start. But, you know, happens. If you're Mel, then it happens way too often. Mel out here catching strays. Is Sidnev good to go after this match concludes, whenever that may be? Ah, fair enough, Dan. Also, you are basically the only person who actually plays well on Eurofriendlies, so that's, something. White Monster up to 100,000 at 30 lines. Very mediocre pace so far, but early. DanV plays well. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not used to DanV playing well. In my head, he's still the, you know, the tapper who barely plays comp. You choke chase downs here all the time. You choked that one chase down that was very, very amusing. The one line away on level 38. But other than that, generally you play pretty well. I mean, getting to level 38 is better than pretty much anyone else on Eurofriendlies. I don't think we've ever seen a 39 here. Tetris for White Monster up to 220. Akatu at 113, now 114. Now 137 against Xeno, yep. I expect one of you and Sidnev to get a level 39 at some point during this match. Or that match, not this one. This one's still happening. So, Monster with a 100,000 point lead, almost 140,000. Katu with the Tetris will bring it closer to 110,000 though. You have to interview someone to work for you in 15 minutes. Ooh. Why? What's the... Are they going to be like your PA? Or just like your subordinate? Your help desk person at work. Right. So, basically PA. I don't know if it would quite be a slave if they're working. Like, that means they're getting paid. If you're not getting paid, it's called unpaid labor. White Monster 0. Yeah, I mean, that is... By a reasonable definition of it, yeah, probably. It does technically fit under that. And a lot of them basically are, because you don't learn anything. But, you know, some of them are of value. Very occasionally. $15 to 20 minutes? Sweet. This should last that long. Assuming White Monster can play post, which usually White Monster can play post as a 1.2 player. White Monster triple into transition 525. Akatu still about a kilometre from the transition. 20 lines to... Wow. 13 lines to go now, but... Run 15 minutes of ads. Smart. Akatu has hit transition at 433, so about 100k shy of where Monster was. But White Monster is a good couple levels ahead at this point. Hasn't played super efficiently in post, and doesn't have a great board. Does manage to get that to the left, but this is extremely dangerous. And that bar hang on the left was inevitable and game ending. 599. Please stop resetting like that quickly. If I wasn't paying attention, I would have missed your score. Katu, you need a 600k, pretty much. Any 600k will do. 601, good. 600, good. 5.99, probably bad. They stop at whatever level they top out at. Usually it's 39 in the line cap era. Before that, I guess technically 130 something was the latest that someone got to, so there. 26, thank you, Mel. Very helpful. That's not true. Akatu, not looking good for this chase down. Done at 5.39. And we have an even set. Controller players would be envious of that. Even like top ones. Double flips are like inevitable on controller, it seems. Alright, both players are ready. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I will be back in just a moment. Hopefully before they've topped out, but you can never be too sure. I'm back. Yeah, I don't know either, Mel. I think part of it's like just fingernail length, genuinely. Like, if your fingernails are just a slightly different length, then it's like, oh no, it depresses the button this tiny fraction of a millimeter more that causes it to hit more often. I think my stream died for Akatu, so they had to reload the page. That's fine. $133 for Akatu. 240 for a White Monster. It's a pretty sizable lead given the line count, though White Monster is a push downer, so always seems like they're in a better pace lead than they are. In this case, they do have a good pace lead, though. White Monster, funky stack. but solid pace lead. Pace lead doesn't matter much if you're in this position, though. 318,000. One moment. 218k top out. Alright, sorry about that. Someone was buzzing into the flat, but no idea who it could be, so whatever. Akatu at 266 currently. Needs to get to 320k-ish, 319. 318.6 if you want to be even more specific. What's happening, Akatu? I said 318. Maybe my mic cut it off, though, to be fair. Even if it did, I didn't know how it would come as 218, but Kingsman heard 318, the accent. Fair enough. I can't fault you for that, but, alright, good. It's not my fault. At least it's a friendly. True. Well, unfortunately. I guess technically White Monster did win. It's happened once before to me. And it also wasn't my fault that time. Three, two, one, Tetris. I remember Billy Mack versus Atalito. That was fun. I didn't make any comment on what score Billy needed, and he just opted to top out from a completely clean stack 4 off the bottom. That was an interesting one. White Monster with an interesting long bar hang, not wanting to take this to a decider. White Monster at 78,000. Akatu, despite his board being clean most of the time, I mean it isn't now, he's not really scored any Tetrises. Maybe it hasn't been clean and I've just not been paying attention. I don't know. It's very plausible. Possible. White Monster still digging away at 95,000. Akatu has taken the lead now. White Monster with a Centre Well Tetris is close enough to a clean well transfer. That's good. Been live for 2 hours and dropped no frames apparently. That's great. Also my CPU is at 0.1%. So that's cool. Good to know that I basically have the capability to stream like 4 streams at once now with my new internet. And my computer will be a-okay with it. White Monster scoring a Tetris up to 232. And another one up to 255. Ahead by 10 lines, so pretty even pace-wise, but a pace lead is only as good as the player who you're against, I guess. If you're against someone who's really good at pace, then, you know, they'll probably match your pace or even catch you up. If you're against someone who's really bad at pace, then, you know, they're probably not going to live up to that pace lead or pace deficit or whatever. They're going to be chilling with a nice 100k and 30 lines, 40 lines. Or just bad RNG sequence, you know. Can't always score Tetrises. There's always going to be a time where you have to burn. Akatu at 345 has taken the score lead. Last second T flat for White Monster. Transition has hit for White Monster, 430k. Akatu, bit of a awkward board for how late into pre-transition it is, but still, you know, survivable. Those pieces help a lot. Reopens the well, scores a Tetris, 403. And another one for 427, so pretty much neck and neck at transition. White Monster, of course, level or so ahead because of pushdown, but scoring a Tetris up to 477 means that Akatu does have to, you know, play vaguely efficiently. Can't just line out indefinitely and still win, probably. We'll see what White Monster does. It's still only level 21. Another Tetris, though, 509. I mean, I guess technically you could line out indefinitely, but not most players can't do that, so... And Akatu is included in that. They can get like 100 lines or so on kill screen, which is pretty good. Akatu at 473. At 481. His board's pretty bad. I'll give him that. So if he survives this, that alone is pretty good, even if he doesn't win the game. But he still has a chance. White Monster's at about 580. Oh, but... Oh, he gets the bar over. Okay, I didn't even know if that was, like, possible. I'm a roller, you know. I have no idea what the limits for roll are. Akatu, gonna be done at 503. White Monster simul top out, 589, a level ahead. But done nonetheless. Regardless, though, done with a higher score. So that will be a 3-1. It should be a decider, but Akatu didn't oopsie. Since when is Eurofriendlies on this channel? I know, right? Does Akatu tap his index finger into his keyboard? Yes, he does. Right. Epic finale. Ooh, exciting. A good match. Can you believe it? On this sacred ground that is Eurofriendlies. I haven't really tried much for a PAL max. Like, I've done a bit. I have a 700k PAL 19 start, or whatever. But I just don't like doing 18 starts. So I've just never gone for them, really. 18 starts suck. I got like an 800k and I just couldn't be arsed. I've done like maybe 15 games of 18 since that, which was a year ago. Oh, your PAL NES is broken. So sad. Got 2 DAS max outs today on NTSC. Wow! I mean, you're quite good at the game. All things considered. Across the different playstyles, you're pretty good. So, I'm not particularly surprised. What's your DAS PB on NTSC? Oh, okay. Oh, they're your first 2. I'm surprised by that, considering how good you are at PAL DAS. Either way, I'm just waiting for Sidnev and Dan to be ready, or, you know, here. I mean, Dan's here in chat, but not live, so it doesn't really matter. And Sidnev, not here. I feel like you could probably get a 1.2 with DAS if you just grinded it for like a couple months. Just based on your skill in basically every other form of Tetris. Yeah, I mean, if you look at someone like Sidnev, they didn't start playing DAS until like way into their career, and then they were pretty quickly one of the best DAS players. if you can get a hang of DAS control, then DAS ain't really that hard. Problem is I can't do DAS control for shit. But, you know, I'm gonna use the excuse of LCD TV. But, Tristop got a 1.3 on an LCD TV, so, yeah. Yeah, that's true, Mel. That is true. Well, I don't know if anyone. There's still Marts and that. But, you know, Billy's got a 900k now, so anything is possible. Still no Sidnev yet. You can't. Yeah, well. You only have a 798k? What a noob. That's pretty much my PB as well. It's somewhere around 800k. I don't know what exactly. Dan giving us some ass cam. You can't see it on stream, but I can see it on my preview on studio mode, and it is just Dan coming in and out of camera. Show. Nah, I won't. Dan's only 8 years old, it would be inappropriate. When you're on an emulator, it felt like it's impossible. Yeah, fair. My emulator has less input lag than my TV appears to. So, yeah, I don't know. DAS is easier for me on emulator than it is on console, but I just don't do emulator DAS. Quick taps are way harder for me on keyboard, though. I can't quick tap for shit, but maintaining DAS control is way easier. That's my thoughts on keyboard. But I think if you play controller with, like, a sort of Game Scout style grip, then I don't think it's that different for DAS. Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's not much harder. It's just getting comfortable with that grip is kind of challenging. Because I always feel really awkward trying to play with that grip. Because it feels like playing on keyboard, but your buttons are literally minuscule. They're like maybe 1 centimeter across at most. I don't know. I don't have a tape measure or anything, but it... yeah, they're like half a finger's width. Where is this Sidnev individual, eh? Active mode. You ready? Have I dropped any frames yet? No, still no frames dropped. Still my CPU usage. Oh, it just spiked at 0.5%. I don't think it's gone over 1% so far, so that's good. That's nice to see. Oh, I can just see a Steam notification. My fiance just booted up The Sims from the other room. Oh shit. Sidnev has a second account. Forgot that still had that one. Sweet. In that case, quick stencil check. So now it's pretty much on stencil, which is more or less expected. Off by like a couple pixels, which for any other person's restream scene would be fine. For mine. And yeah, Dan's on stencil. Very good. There we go. It's players of game Tetris. Wow. Yeah, you just tried quick tapping on keyboard and 9 left can't be done. Yeah, that's true. That is a fact. You cannot do 9 left with a quick tap. Let's zoom out DanV a little bit. Because DanV has a good camera. Unique to Tetris, to this Tetris player. High quality vertical camera. Weird that it clips like that, but whatever. Nine left is not possible on, if I assume on 19, 9 left isn't possible, no. 8 left is the perfect quick tap timing. Like, it's not quite frame perfect, but you don't have the frames to do fucking 9 left. Only 8 left. I don't know how Sidnev hits those like high hertz taps so frequently, but yeah, I don't know. There we go. Well, you don't need to say you're probably just dumb. We already know that. There's enough evidence to suggest that you can remove the probably. I don't know, Sidnev ain't that old, so I imagine their expenses aren't that high. I think she's probably chilling with a bunch of extra money from Tetris. I don't know. Three p cap. Okay. You can only use 3 pence. 39 cap. We've got a ready. I'll generate a seed. How does the V5 seeds work? Because you're both on Gym V5. I want to try and get one of them. Quickly boot up Mezzan and see how V5 seeds work. Okay, so it's the... As long as the 5th digit is a 0, it's a V5 seed. So there you go. There you go. There's a seed that I just made up that I think is a V5 seed. 36 cap. Yes. The optimal line cap. Or is it a V5 seed? I don't know. I don't know what makes something a V5 seed. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Whatever. If it's a V4, we'll just go with it. Who cares? Bad luck, have fun. Let's go. Right. Alright, Dan is ready. So, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Dan has started. Sidnev, I'm going to reload their stream quickly, because I think that stream's behind by a little bit. It's not just a reload button? Not really. No. Oh, no, just not started yet. Okay. Oh, your monitor's died. Okay, I don't know what to do. I guess top out and we'll increment the seed. That's fine. So BC, I think, would be the seed. Yep, cool. Right, both players are ready. Sidnev hasn't incremented seed, though. Sidnev increment to BC. Okay, didn't need to type it in chat. Got there in before I could type it out. Right, both players are ready again. For game 1.5. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, Sidnev in an early dig. 3 lines in. You know, we'll see what happens. This is Eurofriendlies, so I wouldn't say anything can happen. Because from historical evidence, good things rarely happen on this show. But Sidnev does get out of it and scores a Tetris for 36,000. Dan, on the other hand, got a little bit of a weird tuck setup going on, but gets a square to get Tetris ready. And gets another tuck, Tetris ready once again. And the tuck has been resolved. Sidnev at 65,000. It's behind by a little bit, but it's still early in the game. Scoring another Tetris up to 90,000, while Dan up to 140. In theory, neither of these players are really gonna be topping out on level 18. I mean, you know, they do every now and again, but it's not that common. So, Dan with a clean 190k. No points left over. Sidnev with the 1 pushdown point. Means guaranteed no draws. Dan's board's very wonky right now. But scores a Tetris. So trying to go for no burns, it looks like, but in the end, has to burn. Burn. There we go. I can speak English. Barely. Another Tetris for Dan. Up to 300k. Sidnev at about 230. Also ahead in lines by a small amount. Now behind in lines by a small amount. Couple awkward pieces that don't end up where Sidnev wants them, but yeah, it's okay. Dan is at 69 lines, by the way. Hilarious. I know. Remember to breathe while you're laughing. Sidnev Tetris ready with a center well Vits thing. Okay, Tetris ready again with a cool spin that I always think about but then never go for in those same sorts of situations because I don't know how it works. Sidnev does though. And it did work. Bars though, ain't many of them. There we go. 311 for Sidnev. Dan's board's great. Gonna be scoring a triple. And a double. Center well Tetris ready. And there's the bar to get to 414. Both players about at 100 lines. Dan with a 100k pace lead. Pretty solid. What you like to see. Dan at 462, Sidnev at 372. Transition is coming up pretty soon. Scoring that Tetris will nearly get her to 400,000. Dan going very aggressive here, but flat skims should keep him safe, and they do. 500,000. Sidnev, one Tetris left before the transition hits. May get it, may not. We'll see. Does not 442 transition. And Dan, a little bit of a missed tuck before the transition hits, but still a sizable pace lead of about 140,000. Ooh, and then a nice dead drop in the middle of the board, halfway up the screen. Just what you like to see on 19. At the top of a spire, nonetheless. Or, well, it wasn't so much spire before the dead drop. It very much was after it. He should be able to sort it out reasonably quickly. I wouldn't be able to. But Dan's much better at the game than me, so... Oh, never mind. He's terrible at the game. Look at those double flips. Awful. There we go. Sorts it out a little bit. Nice skim. Good T-pieces. They are getting some real nice T-piece timing there. But now just a long bar dependency. Gonna go for the dirty Tetris. Sort of. Center well one off the bottom. Barely dirty, but still a dirty Tetris in my book. 660k. Sidnev a level ahead. 640k. Not a super clean board, but should resolve quickly enough. More untidy than dirty. Yeah, something like that. Sidnev, very aggressive stack right now. There's not really any burning opportunities, but don't need them if you get the bars and you stack correctly around it, which Sidnev did, unsurprisingly. Good player does good player things. Shocking. DanV, 800,000 already, scoring another Tetris up to 839 into level 25. Sidnev about to exit it, there we go, at 802. So, almost a 100k pace lead for DanV, I would say. And that Tetris will bring him up to 903. And yeah, it's pretty much 100k pace lead. Very interesting stack though. These are the sort of stacks that I always get on 26 and then just die to. Because I'm like, well, I need to go perfect. I've nearly hit the kill screen. Forgetting that I could just like get 30 lines on kill screen and make up a Tetris worth of points. And some. But it's just hard, you know, to not want to get the last Tetris before kill screen. You're not conditioned for it. Both players have maxed out now. We've got an A40 for Dan and a misdrop as well. Sidnev A78 into kill screen. Throwing stuff over to the right, really wants the bar, but isn't getting it, but is getting the crazy 5-tap. Awful bar timings, but there's a good bar. B32, Dan needs to reopen the right side. As it opens, scores the Tetris, B78. Sidnev, Tetris ready once again, but a hole in the stack, scoring the Tetris up to 1.18. But the stack's sort of falling apart here. Not going to be able to score anything on top of that. Dan already at C32 now. Was at C22 at the time of the topic. How far will Dan go? Let's see. Dan tops out at D20, but that's pretty solid in my books. Sidnev with just 1 G. Whether that is the good or the game, I do not know. So we've got CD as the seed, we've got 1 ready, we've got 2, game 2.5 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thanks. I guess Poet 0 really is the end of that countdown. There's no Tetris there. You broke it, Poet. You broke it. Oh, champ. I know, right? Sidnev, Tetris, Dan, also a Tetris. Wow. Another Tetris for Dan. And another one. So 91,000 to 69. Nice. 1,000. Going from kill screen back to level 18, it's like, wow, they're not topping out. Amazing. I mean, Dan's, you know, playing with fire a little bit with this stack, but it's Friendlies. I don't think he gives a shit. Doesn't go for the spin with that piece. Does with that one and hits it. Scores the Tetris up to 140. Sidnev, on the other hand, 161. Showing that it pays to not have a mile-high double well and low left side. Though in this instance, Sidnev's left side is suboptimal. We'll need to fill it in slowly but surely. Towards Tetris, up to 250. Dan he was in a mild spot for a second, but then it sorted out pretty quickly. He's a good roller. It's like, it's difficult to get invested in a dig when it's a player like this, because, or on 18, because like anything that they get into feels like, oh yeah, they'll probably survive it. Just another day at the office. And nice dirty Tetris there. Do you think Tugi's fake video is legit? Yeah. I think he's a proper pro dasser in it, bruv. Dan in a fun little situation. Does manage to burn it down pretty easily though. Sidnev's board is very funky. Would love a bar here. Gets, ooh, very nice sequence of pieces. Sidnev really going for this sort of aggressive Tetris play, and gets the bar over. Sidnev's board reminds you of yourself. That, yeah, I was about to say that ain't a compliment in any world. Well, I guess if it was Marts, it would be like that you were commenting that on. It would be a compliment. But I don't think the best player in Netherlands wants to be told that they are reminiscent of the second best player in the Netherlands. Sidnev hits transition at 574. This is survivable just barely, but I don't know with these pieces. No, 576. DanV also in a pretty dangerous situation, but slightly lower down, so might be survivable. Also had a tiny amount more points. Sidnev only a Div 2 player. It's true, Sidnev is the lowest ranked of U2 in CTL. Dan is done at 591, but it is good enough for the game. By like 3,000 points or something. Not 3,000. 13,000. Quite a high S. Uh, 12, yeah. 12 high left. "12 left" always, like, I don't get how 10 is the middle of the board. Like, just looking at it, 12 looks like 75% of the way up the board. Alright, both players are ready, so 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, at 20 lines, Dan has a delayed vit, and Sidnev has a lead. Standard stuff. Sidnev's board ain't great. Dan's board is bad. Sidnev's board's actually bad as well now. Okay. Sidnev is done at 138. That is rolling, my friend. Hey, don't apologize. Don't. People shouldn't apologize for playing bad. It's all a game. It's a friendly. There's not even like money. It's just chilling. And game 1 was pretty good. You know, high 1.1 versus 1.2. You always like to see it. Alright, let's raid Sidnev, was it? Is that what we wanted to do? I think that's what Kingsman told me to do. Oh no, Sidnev's not live anymore. Okay. Well, or is Sidnev going on to the other account? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. King! Am I raiding Sidnev or not? Oh no, Kingsman's not here. Alright, intermission scene. While I find who to raid.